Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Micks Mowers, and in today's episode we're going to be taking a look at a little Mountfield, and it is a Mountfield S421R with a rear roller. I don't know what's up with it. Literally it came in as part of a little job lot I had of free. It's got no fuel in it at all. Haven't even tried to start it. All I have done is just took it up the top of the garden, put the hose pipe on it. It's absolutely full of stuff, so just get a bit of a wash off so I can see what I'm looking at. So without further ado, let's get down and dirty and let's check out this little Mountfield lawnmower. Here it is. As I say, it's got a bit of paint scraping on it. I might actually end up taking all of this off and either amrite redding it or spraying it up yet. I just can't leave it like it, I don't think. I need to make sure the engine runs first before I do anything. Make sure it runs and does what it's supposed to do. The grass bag needs attention as well. That's got a big split in the back of it, but it is netting, so I can probably pot rivet that back. And we'll go from there. So I haven't done anything other than just hose it off and what have you, and we'll have a quick look, see what we can do with it. Put a bit of petrol in and see how we get on. Tank is bone dry. Plenty in there to give it half a chance. Let's give it a couple of primes. Yeah, doing something. Right, let's see what happens. Nothing wrong with it. Do you know what? I think the reason why they threw this out, I think the only reason they threw this out is because of that, the big hole in the grass box. But I can do something with that and get that restitched, stitch that back on, and then I'll just literally bring that up and I'll pot rivet that on together, so that all sits nice and tight. You can buy these brand new. But it all looks relatively good. Yeah, the blade looks good. Crazy, you know. I'm baffled for words, really. Right, let's get up on the bench.
Are you here? Yeah. Hershey. Hey, Daddy.
Yeah?
You watching it again?
Not today, buddy.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Hey?
You watching it, Mower?
No, Sunday. Right, so that's the old mower in. I need to build myself a little ramp to get the mowers up in the in the right position. Let's get it jacked up. You're good enough as well, are you? That should be enough. Put the old pin in.
Okay, guys. Let's see, okay. Yeah,
right. So it's in.
They're in.
Doesn't seem to be sitting level, or is it? It might just be me. No, it is. So as you know, it's all running exactly how it should be, which is cool. And I like it when you get that sort of lawnmower coming, but I've got this problem with all this paintwork going on. Now my issue is I have to take the engine off to sort this deck out. I don't want to lose any of his decals at all, so I'm going to go for a complete restore on this one. I've got time as it's winter, and I'll decide then whether I'm going to use Amrite spray paint or whether I'm going to use a proper red paint, red spray paint, undercoat it and all that stuff. If I can get the decals off in one go as well, will be handy. If not, I have to tape them up. It might pay to tape them up because the paint's actually quite good there. So I want to literally start by disconnecting the engine, take the engine off, all that sort of good stuff, and start to break it down best I can, because this will go for some good money when it's up and running. What year is it? It's a 2016 and we're just coming out of 19 now, so it's not actually too bad at all. So let me get some tools, get sorted out, and I'll come back to you. Right, first thing I want to do, as the engine hasn't long been run, is I'll take the oil out of this, because the engine's going to be sat down for a little while. The reason I'm going to do a paint job is it's not literally because like one spot it's rusted here a bit or flaked. All of this is flaked as well. That'll all come off in one good go. Where's this come from? Any idea? No idea. Sales and services, doesn't give an address. So that wants sucking out of there nice and quickly because the engine has been run. So I'll get the oil out. The oil was absolutely bang on as well, which is good to see. Now, as you may know, I'm actually a fan of these RS100s. For what they are, for home use, they're not commercial. They've never ever really given me much jip to work on. They're quite a good solid little engine that are easy to maintain and tend to get good results out of them. I've not had one yet that has played up. I've had some of the drive issues have played up, but not necessarily the actual engine itself. So let it all come out of there. I'll come back to you very shortly and we'll go from there. Right, that's it all now drained. Got it all out. It's good. Get the old oil filler back in there so we don't lose it. It's nice to actually get a lawnmower back in the bench, on a bench actually. I've sort of missed doing the old mowers. I want to disconnect this this pull cord assembly. In fact, I'm going to cut it off because it does need a new pull cord on it. Just literally the handle. So I'll take that off, tie that in a knot, so I don't unwind it all. But I do need to put a new one on when I get a chance. This one, it's completely broken, no good at all, so that'll go in the old bin. Good shot. I'm going to collapse the handles, disconnect the brake cable next, which will be around this side. Look at me just moving my table around to where I want it. So much more room, which is good. So there's a little tiny brake connection just here. I'll bring you in so you can see. I need to get another light fitted up here. Just going to disconnect that brake cable now. And that's easily done with just a little pair of long nose snips. It's a bit of a silly design what they've done here because they put a bit right in the way. But if you just pinch them in and draw that cable back, the machine's a bit wet, so it'll be a bit tricky to do this, like so. That's better grip. They pinch them in, pull that back. That should then release this little tiny cable. There it goes. Disconnect that off. Right, that's a brake cable now gone. So now the only thing holding this to the mower is 3 bolts and the blade. That's what's holding it on. So I'm going to remove these handles next. They're going to come off. Eventually be completely all stripped down, but I'll get rid of the handles so we've got less in the way and more room to work with. Right, handles now removed and all the bolts put back in their respective holes so I don't lose nothing. Don't forget I've got no oil in here. I have got fuel in it though, and I should be taking the fuel out later on. So I'll tip the lawnmower up on its side. So I want to remove the blade, which will be very simply done by removing this 14mm bolt. Once that's been done, I can then access the 3 bolts if I can see them. 1, 2, there's one there, and be one over here somewhere, just there. I can then remove those 3 bolts, and that will then get rid of the engine. So just to recap, 1 14mm, make sure the HT is disconnected. That takes the blade off. That needs a bit of a sharpen anyway. And then 1, 2, 3 bolts to remove the engine. Let me get that done and I'll come back to you. Right, the old impact gun certainly makes short work of all of that. One of the best things I've ever purchased, compared to how many hours I would spend trying to remove these stubborn bolts. So the engine is now released. It's leaking a little bit of fuel, but there's the engine there, so that can go to one side as it is. It's not going to hurt anything. I'll now have a very straightforward and simple deck to work with. Something just dropped then, but there should be nothing come off. Now this is not actually in super duper bad shape. It's just some of the deck is gone, paint is flaking. I'll try and keep that sticker if I can without it ripping. Would be good, because that's got the model on it and what have you, so that's good. I can just peel that all back, tidy that up, and I can keep that, so that one's put into one side for later on. But as you can see, everywhere you look on this deck, let me grab a scraper. Everywhere you look, there's just bits of paint flaking right off. Terrible shame, really. Look at that big lump. So now starts the process of just literally getting rid of all this paint that's coming off, and I should be taking all these guards off, all the wheels off, all that sort of good stuff. It's just a slow process. I don't know if I'm going to use any form of paint stripper to get all this off, but we'll see how well it comes back. That's why I'm thinking about doing it in Amorite, because it will cover any imperfections. If I just use normal spray paint, I'm going to have to fill all of this lot up here. And people in my area, they're just not going to pay for a full spray job. But we'll see how well it all comes off and what have you. I've got a lot of work to do, so I don't see no sense in you guys watching me strip all the paint off. I have got to remove the side cowlings to come off, if I can shut my drawer. Let me just grab my old torch to see what style of Torx bits they are. Yeah, they are a Torx, which is good. I think they're quite small Torx, actually. That's the one. So hopefully, by undoing that, that should release the entire cover this side. There shouldn't be anything else holding that on, I don't think. I could be wrong. Might be another screw down here somewhere by the feel of it. That's coming out. That's absolutely full of grass behind there. There's something behind here. I don't want to just pull it off. There's definitely something behind there. That's stopping it from coming out. What have we got? It's like there's another screw here somewhere. It's just so full up with stuff in here. soaking wet grass. A little sneaky peek. Can't see for grass. That's a problem. Oh, it goes. Alright, just a little tiny catch. There goes my torque screw head. Mustn't drop that in a minute. So that just sits into there. So that's quite cool. I'm happy with that. Look, all this lot coming out of here like that. Absolutely full of stuff. I'm going to grab that torque bit before I lose it. Oh. It goes in there. And what I might actually do is, where did that go? That went onto there. That went onto there. So that went into there somewhere. And it went into there, I think. Is it into that one? No. Oh, into there. So I'm going to just put that back. Otherwise, I'm going to lose it. I know I will. And this is what it's all about, people, when you're stripping these things down. Is to make sure I make a note of, you know, where stuff goes. I'm going to take this apart as well next. There should be a 13 bolt in there. 2 13s to take this cover off. All of this drive's got to come off, the front wheel's got to come off, so I'm just literally left with just the deck itself. That's what I'm looking to do. So we're going to a 13, I think there'll be a 13 in there. It should be that one. Oh, you proved me wrong. That's a 10, and that's a 10. So let's remove that. When you just don't want nothing to shear off because it'll cause you problems a bit later on. This will probably be a couple of part video, this one, you know, part 1 stripped down, part 2 paint job, part 3 putting it back together. It'll have a full service as well. I'll get all the filters and stuff in. Look at that, look. Looky. Absolutely full of stuff. So I'll get my bin up here in a minute. I knew my shed wouldn't stay clean for very long. So I need to get myself a bin to put all these bits in. I'm hoping to actually remove all of this in one go. That's got a 13mm there. Which is be that side. That's a 12. Someone's been in my socket set. That's spinning out of a 13 spanner the other side. So let's just turn this round for now. And I'll take the cover off the other side just to try and keep it all symmetrical. I've got a nice jet wash, so once it's all been taken apart, I'll be able to jet wash this all off, which I'm looking forward to doing. And then having a nice blank canvas to work off. But this mower definitely won't sell for the money I want in this condition, and these are worth a few quid. In my opinion, I've had 2 or 3 of these in, and they always go for relatively good money. Oh, more grass. Let me take that out. Here comes Mrs. P. She's come and say hello. No doubt she'll probably have a little job for me to do. I wonder what it would be. Hello, Mrs. P.
Guess what Riley's watching?
What's Riley watching?
Mowers and Roy's a boy.
He's watching Micks, Mowers and Roy's a boy. Is he? Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
We're not allowed in there though.
You're not allowed in to watch Mick, Mowers and Roy's a boy. That's what I call a fellow. That's what I call a valuable subscriber. Even my little Riley boy sat indoors watching Micks, Mowers and Roy's a boy. There you go, you see. Bless his heart. He loves your Micks, Mowers. No one's allowed to watch him whilst he's doing it. It's quite right too. He's in his little front room. watching what he loves. He loves the old YouTube. Absolutely loves it. He loves getting involved in it. And all you lot are so friendly with him. That lot again, look, absolutely full of stuff. Absolutely jammed in there. That's why these things rot out. It's a poor design really, because they're not, you know, they shouldn't collect grass like that. And that's all the height adjustment. That's why these snap as well. But that's all working as it should do, which is good. Now we're getting down to the bones of it. I've got to remove that bolt there. Looks like that on there. That removes that plate. I've then got to remove the 13mm at the back here. That should then give me the entire height adjustment and roll it in one. That's what I'm hoping. Chances are it won't. And that's got a bolt that side and a bolt that side. And that's going to spin. I can feel it. What's on the back of that? Could be a Torx. Could be a Torx. If it is, we're laughing. Can't see. It's my old flashlight. There she be. I think it is a Torx. So that's got a nut and a washer on it. And that bolt will come out from there. The nut goes on the outside, the washer goes on the outside. This is going to be quite a long video, people, I think. And I've got this one here, which again is spinning. I don't have a lot of room in there to get that Torx bit in there. Oh yeah, you're there. I might attack it from that side. This is going to be fiddly. If not, be a pair of mole grips to go on the end of it. Yeah, I think a pair of mole grips on there to just to clamp that back. Let's get a small pair on there. Just so I can get hold of it. It won't want a lot. Just enough. Just for me to access it. That one comes off. That one comes out. I don't think there's a washer behind there. I don't think. They come off. That should give me all of that business. Yeah, okay. And then I've got this big 13mm here. Are you getting that yet? 13. It's one of these two. That's a 12. That's a 15. It don't belong in there. 14, 13. Oh. That one's going to come undone. I think. Is it going to spin? It's going to spin. Possibly. Gets towards where it's been exposed to all the grass. No, it's going to come. That's a big 13 bolt. That comes out of there. It's got a washer on it. And it's got a big nut on the end of that. There might be more to go on to that yet. I'll have to have a look in a minute. So that all looks good. There might be a bit more to come out of here yet. So let's tip it up on its belly so I can have a look at this 13. And that wants a 13mm spanner put on there. Now I have got somewhere my 13 ratchet, which I like. Take that off of there. That's the wrong way around. Turn it around. Cool. My word. There it goes. I didn't think that was going to come off for a minute. I thought it was going to snap. It's coming. Good thing I like about these mowers is that instead of flat heads and what have you, they use Torx, which is one thing I like, because Torxes are generally so easy to come out compared to your Phillips and your flat heads. Someone's really thought about it and, you know, decided to make a decision to use sensible bits of equipment. So that's, I've got 4 of these to remove, which are your axle supports. They hold the back axle all in place. All of this just to remove bits and pieces, so you've got just the deck to work with. And I don't like to use time lapses when I'm doing things like this, because I want you people to see what's going on. It takes a bit longer on the old videos, I must admit, but at least you can actually see what's going on. Well, apart from when my big head's in the way. What's that one? So 4 of them. Got one of these little tiny U-shaped brackets. I'm on the other side. 2 of them. Then you've got these little tiny ones here. Should be just 2 of those. One there, one the other side. That should loosen that off. So what's holding me on now? Should be that little pin there. We should have a little tiny split pin or something on the back of it. What we got on there? Let me have a look. So I'm just trying to remove a height adjustment now, and that's got, looks to be a common sense circlip, which are easy to remove just with a screwdriver. Torch there. I do need to get myself some more lighting. I've got some more lighting coming, which Roy did give me, funnily enough, for my shed. It's due to be wired up soon. Again, it'll only be temporary lighting until I can afford to get it done properly. So I've got one of these what I call common sense circlips, which are quite cool. Literally just push them up, and they should just pop out. I quite like them, but access is a bit tricky, so I might try and turn that round if it'll spin. It's actually quite crowded on there actually. I'll try and spin that. Come on! There it goes. There's a little tiny circuit like that sits in there. They're quite cool. Easier than the other circuit. That comes out. That's all loose. That one now comes out as one. So don't lose no bits there. is cool. You've then got some more Torx bits just here. I'm being so vigilant not to lose no bits. That comes out of there, and it's got two little tiny plastic bungs on the clean side, and they go up against the engine. Same the other side. I've got this 13mm bolt to remove on here. Right, what have you been doing?
I want to be
You watched the Micks mower?
Yeah.
Which one?
We were sure.
Oh, the Viking one?
Yeah.
That was a cool video, wasn't it?
Daddy, are you done now?
No, I'm stripping this lawnmower down. We're going to repaint this one.
Help?
You can definitely help. You are my helper.
What's in the room?
Oh, I might have to stay. Can't afford to shear that off. That's a shoulder bolt. And if that shears, I've had it.
Daddy.
Getting a spare one of them is going to be really difficult.
Daddy.
Hang on, babe, 2 seconds, mate. A little bit occupied at the second.
I taught you.
I might have to apply a bit of heat, a bit of stuff to that just to clean that up, because that's not going to come out otherwise. As I say, if I shear that off, that'd be curtains, and I would have had it,
Oh.
which is no good. Is it a shoulder bolt? No, it's one solid bolt that goes all the way through. Sorry, my mistake. I thought it was a shoulder bolt. So if it snaps off, it can snap off, as far as I'm concerned. Because I thought it was actually one of those shoulder bolts, and they're quite pricey. They're about £8 or £9 a go.
Daddy.
Yeah.
It's alright, wrong.
Yeah. It is coming. I might put my old my impact socket on it actually. Riley, can you pass me my yellow D-Walk gun? Where's that gone? Is it up there?
The one?
No. I don't know where it is.
Maybe drawer.
No, it's not my drawer. 2 seconds, people. I'll be back 2 seconds. Starting to lose my marbles there, but Riley boy found it. It was actually outside, so I was putting a new padlock and
Daddy.
thank you, buddy. I was putting a new padlock and hasp on the old shed door. In a minute, mate. Just try and make it a bit more secure in here. Oh, thank you, boy. I don't want anyone coming in during the night to have a look, see what's in the old shed, especially as I've got customer stuff in here. Right, let's give this a whirl. That number 3 then. Let's try and tighten up a bit. There she goes. That's red hot. The old threads are a bit US'd on it. But they cleaned up what I know that nut's come off. That was on there. Yeah, it's warm. That'll be cleaned off. That's that bit done. I'm going the other side. I'll bring it round the other way now, so we can see what's occurring. So a bit of a tidy up as I go, so I don't lose no bits and pieces and no tools. A bit smarter way of working. My whips. Right, let's spin this round. And we can then work on these bits here. So this is exactly the same as the other side, as I say. That can go in there, that can go down there. So that's that removed. Yeah, there's a hole there, see, that's a bit silly. How is that retained on there? Got a feeling that's just riveted. Or was that torqued on? Can't quite see how that's actually holding on to there. I mean, it's not the end of the world if it stays on. No, it's torqued. It's a real small torque, so I think can't really see. That's a problem. Tiny little, no, that's riveted. It's about to stay on. I think that's riveted. So that can stay on for now. It's not the end of the world. It's going to be covered up behind the plate anyway. We've got some more bolts here to remove, which are going to be no easy thing to take out. This is where the machine's getting dirty. Oh, word. I might get an impact torques on that. The last thing I'll do is round these off. I'll try. But as soon as it starts giving any jip, no. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Not happening. It could be that one. That feels a bit better. That feels like it's got it. Oh. There it goes. And that's going to spin the whole lot. I think that's a 10mm in there by the feels of it. So let me grab a 10mm spanner. It should be to hand. There's a 10. Can't even see it. That's got to be a 10. It can't be anything smaller than a 10 surely. My word, I don't know what that is. Can't even see it. It's well corroded. I'm going to struggle to get that off. Oh, I got it. It's coming. I think it's snapped off. I know it's coming. So I've got these three to take off this side, and then three the other side, and that'll be the back bracketry taken off. But these are severely corroded. These will take me a little while to get through these. They're well corroded on there. So give us 5-10 minutes. I'll come back when I've got all these three off. There's this one here, and this one here, and then over the other side exactly the same. Okay, there was a couple of stubborn bolts in there, I must admit. That's why I didn't want to video all. Some were quite time consuming. In particular, a little tiny bolt. Where is it? This one here. No, not that one. It was quite a big size bolt. That one there. That one there. It goes through here onto this bracketry, and it's just been exposed to so much grass and muck in there, and it was particularly hard to get out. So no point in filming that. Just me trying to struggle. So now I'm guessing I've got a circuit to remove off of there. There's one the other side as well. They're like a star clip. And that should, by rights, give me all of this lot. I don't know if it'll come out in one. There should be nothing else holding that on, apart from the flap. So let me try and remove the flap spring. That might just remove a bit of tension off of there. Like that. other side. Now, that should give me all of that. I don't think there's anything else holding that on. Oh, it's sat inside that groove. That's what's doing it. A plate there. That's got to come up. It sits inside a plate. I'm trying to get you so you can see what I'm doing. Might be a bit easier, Mick. There's a little tiny plate just here, like that. Sits in a little tiny slot. Once that side comes off, the other side should come off with ease as well. And there it is. That's the back flap off. So don't lose those bits there. So that's paint damage, see? That's all due to come off as well there, see? That's all had it. That's why it's important to take it all off. So that's that. Next thing I want to do is try and remove this spring off of this tensioner. Maybe one or the other. Now I could just get a bit of pull cord and put behind that, just to bring that back. Let's open that hole up a touch so it's a bit clearer. Let me grab a bit of pull cord, 2 ticks. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and put that under there. If it give me it. Quite a bit of tension on there. If I can get those wheels to go back any further, I should take a bit of tension out of that spring. And by rights, you should be able to literally pull that back, like so. And that's that out. So we're starting to break it down now. It's starting to give all its secrets up. What we've got at the front end. So we've got some bracketries here. That's been riveted through there. So I may try and keep that if I can. If not, I've got to re-drill it and pop rivet them out. But we'll see. It's had a bit of a bash on the front. So let's remove the wheels first. That's number one. Let's drop it down a smidge so you can see what's going on. Let's remove the old cover off of there. What we got in there? 13. Looks like a 13. It should be that one. That's the one. It's go nice and easy when you're removing these. You don't want to shear them off. They don't need a great deal. And the wheel will come off. There's a nut on the back of that, so I'm going to put the nut wherever it may be. There it is. Put that back on, so we don't lose that one. It also comes with a washer as well, so let's put that washer on as well if it goes on there, which it will. That's that one. So the wheel comes off, it goes over the other side. Let's get in here, remove that one. That wheel comes off, washer goes on the outside. These are the shoulder bolts, so they're the ones that cost some money to replace those. So you don't want to be looking at damaging those. That's that. Now then, this is going to be the issue, is that I've got to really take this out, and it is actually pot riveted, which is a terrible shame because it's the only one thing stopping me from getting in there. I don't think it is torqued. No, it's not, it's riveted. So I may be forced to drill, which is something I didn't really want to do, and that doesn't come apart anymore. That's a solid axle all the way through. So I'm gonna have to drill that out, which is a shame. I didn't want to do that. But to enable me to get right down to it, the last bit, then that's gonna have to come out. So let me grab my drill and a drill bit, and I'll drill those out, and I'll come back to you. Right, I started drilling but then it dawned on me I could possibly attack that from if I lift the front of this up off that lip. So that's what I'm going to try and do. I've got some Torx bits to remove here. Got one just there. Oh, that's going to be on there too, as they all are. And that's got a 10mm behind it. So I've got that one to remove, and then one on the other side here. I'm going to lift that flap up and get a 10mm in there. So that shouldn't be too much bother. So let me get that done and I'll come back to you. Right, just removing last bits. And on this side here, which is the side that hasn't got the height adjuster on it, it's got this little tiny plate, which I think just sits behind this this height adjustment axle just here. And there's a little tiny groove it sits in there. I'll show you what it looks like in 2 seconds once I get it out. There it is there. And that little groove sits in the axle. So what I do is, if I put that together, then I know that that's got to go together, because it's going to be quite a few weeks before, or a week or so before I even get this up on the bench to be sprayed. So that's that out. So now, should give me the height adjustment. That's that all now out, which is good. And then it just leaves me with this little flap, and I'll need to look up in here to see what's going on, because it looked to me like they were riveted, but do you know what, on closer inspection I don't think they are. So until I actually get the stuff out of there, hose it all out, I won't know, but that will come off. There's no point leaving it on there. But now at least I can get in here now and have a good scrape out, a good clean. Yeah, and start to clean this up best I can. Make sure there's no holes in the deck. It absolutely smells. This hasn't long been used, as you can see. The grass itself is quite green, so it's not that long been used. But I think literally they threw this out because of that grass bag. That was why they threw it out. So I'm going to give us a good hose off, good jet wash, all that sort of good stuff.
Josh.
And we'll go from there. I don't know what that is there, not quite sure. We'll figure that out. But yeah, good clean. And then next time we see it, it will be in a drier state, cleaner state, and we can start to strip it all down and go from there. So I think we'll leave it there for now. So should we do the exits of the video, Riley? Yeah? Do the M1. We've got some parcels too, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's see what parcels we got, and we'll see you in a bit. Right, so that's the Mountfield Part 1 done, and it's not in bad shape. It's got a bit of paint scraping, hasn't it? A bit of paint falling off of it. Yeah, Nana's just come down to say she's going to pick Ellie up. So that's cool. I should probably end up spraying it, treating it for rust, undercoating it, filling it, all that sort of stuff. That's what I'll probably do to it. Rather than just paint it with Amrite, I don't know. What do you think? Let me know. We'll do that. Had 2 parcels come in, however, one is for Mummy's birthday, so don't want to be revealing that. But we have this one,
Mine.
which is cool, and I have a sneaky suspicion I know exactly what this is.
Help.
Let me just make a hole in it first, Riley boy, and then you can have a go at it. I don't want to tear it.
This is from Boy.
Oh no, this is Mummy's as well. It's not for me, this is for Mummy as well.
Oh.
So I bought Sue's, Mrs. P, a hoodie.
Okay.
It should say something on it. It should say "Wifey for Lifey." That's what she wanted. She saw them on the old Facebook, so that's quite cool. It's not what I thought it was, but that's cool. That's another one of Mummy's presents. So that's 2 of Mummy's presents turned up today. She's got another 4 or 5. I've already picked her out, so she's doing quite well for birthday bits and pieces. So it's Mrs. P's birthday on the 4th of December. So this video will be out after that, I dare say. So that's cool. They're all going in there. Well, I'm waiting on my Micks Mowers t-shirts. They are due to arrive. And in fact, they're late, so they should be here any day. That's cool. That's another parcel for Mummy's birthday that turned up just a little while ago, I think.
My birthday?
Yeah, Mummy's birthday soon, bud.
My parcel?
I think it's Mummy's. Well, it's a present for Mummy. Yeah, that's Mummy's as well. Yeah, that's cool.
Listen. What's that?
It's Mummy's.
Hush.
Yeah, so that's cool. Right, waffling. So, good. So I'm happy with that so far. It's taken quite a while to strip it down, to be fair. I will try and edit it and condense it for you, so you don't have to sit and watch me do all of it, but it does take quite a while to strip them down. Got to jet wash it, got to clean it all off, and then dry it all out. Let it dry it for a couple of days, and then I can start to strip it down how I like. And then next time you guys see it, it'll be back on the bench, nice and clean, and ready for sanding down, that sort of good stuff. So anyway, thank you very much for joining myself and my little Riley boy today. Much appreciated. Don't forget to give the old thumbs up or thumbs down. Comments down below, you know where to stick them.
Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down.
Riley's back. And if it's your first time watching Micks Mowers, don't forget to whack the old bell on your way out.
Hit a bell.
And subscribe as well, because that way it'll tell you when I've released another video, so that's cool. Wish list is downstairs. If anyone would like to buy me anything for my channel, have a look, check it out, no pressure. And apart from that, we look forward to seeing your next episode of Micks Mowers, which will be carrying on to Mountfield, and we look forward to seeing you very, very soon. But until then, don't forget people, take it easy.
Dee-dee-dee.
Oh, tingle tingle.